Hi guys, welcome back to the Super Smash T20 tournament of 2025-26. Today's match is between the Northern Brave and the Wellington Firebirds. Wellington Firebirds have suffered two defeats in their first two matches. Northern Brave, they defeated, let's check the points table once. Northern Brave have played only one match so far, and that one match was a no result, the very first match of this tournament against the Auckland Aces. Meanwhile, though, Wellington Firebirds, they have suffered two defeats. So they'll be looking to get on the board in this tournament. So both the openers are out in the middle for the Wellington Firebirds. Look at the points table here. Wellington Firebirds are at the bottom of the table with two losses from their first two matches. Northern Districts are in second last, but they haven't won a game. They haven't lost a game. It was a no result. So it's going to be an interesting contest today. That's for sure. Matthew Fisher has the new ball in his hand. And here we go. First ball of the match. Tim Robinson on strike. Straight away inside edge towards the keeper. And Tim Robinson gets off the mark with a single. Tim Robinson and Tom Blundell are opening the batting for the Wellington Firebirds. Tom Blundell has really looked good in the first two matches, but has always gotten out at the wrong time. That has been an issue. This time it's back of the length and Blundell flicks it away leg side. Blundell flicks it away towards deep square leg and gets off the mark with a single as well. The head-to-head is in favour of the Northern Brave. They are leading 6-4 in the head-to-head against the Wellington Firebirds in the last 10 matches. Short, and that's pulled away but straight to mid-wicket. And another dot ball from Matthew Fisher. %79% chance of rain. Just hope that the weather doesn't spoil this. That's defended towards point. And Tim Robinson picks up another single. These weather forecasts are very accurate. They never make a mistake. If they say 79% chance of rain, then there is a possibility of rain. Tom Blundell is back on strike. Two more deliveries left in this over. Oh, that's outside the off stump and Blundell lets it go. Another dot ball. So last ball of the over coming up. Oh, Blundell comes down the wicket, looks to drive it away, but again can't make connection. So another dot ball to finish the over. Good first over from Matthew Fisher. 3 runs came from that over. And Wellington Firebirds are 3 without loss after 1 over. So Scott Kugelin is the new bowler into the attack now for the Northern Brave. Tim Robinson is on strike. Scott Kugelin coming over the wicket to Tim Robinson. And it's on the stumps. Tim Robinson defends it back to the bowler. Again a dot ball to start the over. It's on the pads. Robinson flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Tom Blundell is back on strike. Now Blundell comes down the wicket, hits it in the air, mid-on, takes the catch. And the first wicket goes down for the Wellington Firebirds. Tom Blundell has to go. Scott Kugelin provides the breakthrough for Northern Brave. Was looking to come down the wicket there, Tom Blundell. Looking to clear mid-on. He didn't get much bat on it. Mistimed it completely, and a really good catch at mid-on, diving forward from that fielder. So an early breakthrough for the Northern Brave. Tom Blundell is out cheaply for 1, and Wellington Firebirds are 4 for 1 after 1.3 overs. So Nick Kelly is the new batter to the crease for the Wellington Firebirds. And this is a good start for the Northern Brave. Picking up an early wicket always helps. Three more deliveries left in this over. The Kugelin continuing over the wicket to Nick Kelly. Goes for the drive. Appeal for a catch. Umpire Billy Bowden says not out. Famous umpire is Billy Bowden. Has been there for plenty of years. He has umpired in international cricket as well. His famous crooked finger. Two more deliveries left in this over. That's flicked away again straight to mid wicket. And another dot ball. Last ball of the over. That's full and wide again. Nick Kelly goes for the drive, but drives it straight to mid off. And another dot ball to finish the over. Another excellent over for the Northern Brave. Just one run came from that over, including the wicket of Tom Blundell. And the Wellington Firebirds in early trouble. 4 for 1 after 2 overs. Wellington Firebirds are 4 for 1 after 2 overs. The middle order of Wellington Firebirds has been struggling in this tournament. Obviously, the previous match they batted well, couldn't defend 188. Matthew Fisher continuing into the attack. And it's back of the length, a little bit of an inside edge towards the keeper. And Tim Robinson picks up another single. And Nick Kelly is back on strike. It's back of the line, punched away, is in the gap. That might be the first boundary of the innings, and it is. Beautiful timing from Nick Kelly. And punching it through the point region for 4. This time it's driven down the ground again to mid-off and picks up another quick single. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. It's short, it's pulled away in the air, all the way for 6, onto the grass banks. Too short from Matthew Fisher, and Tim Robinson helps it on its way over fine leg for the first 6 of this innings. Beautifully played. This time a little bit of an inside edge, goes towards deep square leg, and another single for Tim Robinson. The last ball of the over coming up. That's back of the length, and Nick. That's back of the length, and Nick Kelly punches it straight to point, and another dot ball to finish the over. 13 runs came from that over, and the Wellington Firebirds are 17 for 1 after 3 overs. Matthew Fisher is continuing into his second over. Tim Robinson is on strike. Not Matthew Fisher. Scott Kugelin is continuing into his second over. And Robinson gives himself room, flicks it away towards mid-wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Scott Kugelin is continuing. He picked up the wicket of Tom Blundell. Second ball of the over coming up. Just ignore all the outside noise. Focus on my voice. That's a short ball. It's pulled away by Nick Kelly towards deep mid-wicket and picks up another single. So 4 more deliveries left in this over. Current run rate is 5.70. The 2 singles in this over. Tim Robinson, a batter of the caliber of Tim Robinson, needs to step up. It's batted a little too slowly. Such a good batter. We have seen him play really well for New Zealand. That's a wide down the leg side. So Scott Kugelin has to reload that one again. This is the last day of 2025. Obviously, from tomorrow it's a new year. Oh, is there a nick there? They're appealing. Umpire Billy Bowden says not out. Gave himself room there, Tim Robinson. I think he missed the bat and the pad. This is a good over from Scott Kugelin. Just 3 runs have come from this over. Still 3 balls left. That's another wide down the leg side. So Scott Kugelin has to rail out that one again. Said get his line right. Needs to bowl it on the stumps. Three more deliveries left in this over. Another wide down the leg side. And the umpire Billy Bowden signals wide in his own style. The 3 wides in this over from Scott Kugelin. That's a bit of a concern. Needs to bowl it on the stumps. He's overcorrecting and bowling it down the leg side. Otherwise, it has been a really good over. It's just 3 wides, just 5 runs from this over so far. And now Robinson will be looking for the big shot. He just flicks it away leg side towards square leg and picks up another single, another leg by single actually. So Nick Kelly is back on strike. 2 more deliveries left in this over. This time it's driven again, straight to point. Another dot ball. One more delivery left in this over. 6 runs from this over so far. The last ball of the over comes down the wicket and drives it away straight to covers. And another dot ball to finish the over. So just 6 runs came from that over. 6 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are 23 for 1 after 4 overs. Christian Clark is the new bowler into the attack now for the Northern Brave. Tim Robinson is on strike. Oh, and there's a bat on that one. They're appealing. Umpire gives it as a wide. And I don't know, there's no DRS available in this tournament. So it will be a wide only. But it appeared to be there might have been a little something involved in that. That's what I thought. The umpire thinks otherwise. The umpire thinks no. Second ball of the over coming up. And that's pulled away by Robinson. That's massive. That's all the way onto the grass banks. It's into the garden. The plants are planted there. It's gone there. That's a huge hit from Tim Robinson. A second 6 in this innings. Once again, bowling shot to him is a very, very big crime because he's really good with that pull shot and picks up another important 6. This time Robinson gives himself room, hits it straight back down the ground, it's past mid-off. It won't reach the boundary, but Tim Robinson will pick up another couple of runs and keeps the strike as well. Shot again, can't bowl there. It's pulled away. There is a fielder there out. There's a fielder there at deep square leg. And Tim Robinson picks up another single. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Nick Kelly is back on strike. This time driven down the ground to mid-off. And another dot ball. Two more deliveries left in this over. Gives himself room this time, drives it through the covers. That'll be another boundary. Gave himself room there. Nick Kelly, it was full enough and threaded the gap beautifully. Picks up his second boundary in this innings. Last ball of the over. It's a full toss. It's driven. No, misfield. Misfield at point, and that races away for another boundary to finish the over. So a good over here. A good over for the Wellington Firebirds. 18 runs came from that over from Christian Clark. And Wellington Firebirds are 41 for 1 after 5 overs. So Brett Hampton is the new bowler into the attack now for the Northern Brave. Tim Robinson is on strike. That's a full delivery. Robinson drives it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to start the over. So Nick Kelly is back on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. And that's flicked away by Nick Kelly towards mid-wicket and picks up another single. Full this time. Robinson goes down the ground towards long on and picks up another single. The 3 singles to start this over. Good start to the over from Brett Hampton. Once again, a full delivery. It's driven straight to covers. It's a dot ball this time. So, good over here from Brett Hampton. There's 3 runs coming from this over. Still 2 balls left. Driven in the air, mid-off can't get it. It's gone over mid-off, and that's 4 more. Nick Kelly took a huge risk there. For a moment, the fielder at mid-off was interested, but in the end it cleared him, and another boundary here for Nick Kelly. Last ball of the over. It's edged and past the keeper, and that'll run away for another 4. Back-to-back boundaries to finish the over. Good over has become expensive. 11 runs came from that over. And the 50 comes up for the Wellington Firebirds. They are now 52 for 1 after 6 overs after the power play. So Josh Brown is the new bowler into the attack for the Northern Brave. It's a short ball. It's pulled down the ground to long on. They're going to push for 2 here. Robinson pushing for 2. And that's good running. Really good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Tim Robinson. A 50 partnership comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 50 from 28 balls between Tim Robinson and Nick Kelly. And this time again it's flicked away towards mid wicket, and another single for Tim Robinson. It's short this time. It's pulled away by Nick Kelly towards deep mid wicket. They're going to push for 2 here, and that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Nick Kelly. Three more deliveries left in this over. And that's back of the length. Nick Kelly gives himself room, punches it away. There was a huge chance of a run out there, but the fielder missed the direct hit. They haven't taken the single. They were looking for the single there, but complete miscommunication. All the fielder could have even run to the stumps and taken the bails off. That could have also been out, but instead he underarmed it and missed the stumps there. And this is a good partnership building up between these two batters. That's short this time. It's pulled away by Nick Kelly towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. The last ball of the over coming up. That's flicked away. It's over fine leg and it's all the way for 6. What a shot. What a pickup shot there from Tim Robinson. He's only dealing in 6s today, I think. Third 6 in this innings. He hasn't hit a 4 so far. And ends the over with a maximum. 12 runs came from that over. And Wellington Firebirds are 64 for 1 after 7 overs. So Tim Pringle is the new bowler into the attack now for the Northern Brave. Nick Kelly is on strike. Is a good Netherlands bowler is Tim Pringle. Bowler from Netherlands, a left-arm off-spinner. Coming around the wicket to Nick Kelly. And that's a quicker delivery. Kelly cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. So Tim Robinson is back on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. Robinson gives himself room and hits it down the ground to long on for another single. Keep following the scores. I'll be back again soon. Yeah, so Matthew Fisher is bowling the 9th over, and Tim Robinson hits it down the ground to long on for another single. Five boundaries and 3 sixers in this innings so far. All the 5 boundaries have been scored by Nick Kelly, and 3 sixers have been scored by Tim Robinson. It's like splitting the things between both those batters. And now Kelly gives himself room, cuts it away, they'll run away for 4. This is why he gives himself room every single time, looking to make the room so that he can play the shots. And he's found the gap beautifully. Picks up his 6th boundary in this innings, Nick Kelly. This time it's a little bit of a slow ball, and Nick Kelly cuts it away towards point and picks up another single. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. That's punched away this time by Robinson towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. It looks like Matthew Fisher is changing his angle now, looking to come around the wicket. Last ball of the over. And Nick Kelly gives himself room, flicks it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. So 9 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are 80 for 1 after 9 overs. So Tim Pringle is back into the attack into his 2nd over. As a quicker delivery, Kelly punches it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. It's a full toss. Robinson comes down the wicket, goes big, clears long off and picks up another 6. It's continuing to be that way. Nick Kelly dealing in boundaries, Tim Robinson dealing in 6s. Picks up his 4th 6 in this innings and moves into the 40s now. This time it's another quicker delivery. Robinson smashes it down the ground. A beats long off. 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. The 6 followed by a 4 from Robinson moves to 49 now from just 27 balls. This time again outside the off stump, he flashes his bat at it. It goes towards deep extra covers for another 4. 6-4-4 from Tim Robinson. And he brings up his half century. 53 from just 28 balls with 2 boundaries and 4 sixers at a strike rate of 189.29. Outstanding knock. 5th ball of the over coming up. And that's on the pads. It's flicked away by Robinson towards mid-wicket. And picks up another single. The last ball of the over. And that's cut away again, straight to point. And another dot ball to finish the over. 16 runs came from that over. And Wellington Firebirds are 96 for 1 after 10 overs. So Brett Hampton is back into the attack now. Still 10 overs left in this innings. Tim Robinson on strike. That's short and that's pulled away by Robinson, but the fielder is there. He takes the catch at deep mid-wicket. So finally, the Northern Brave have broken this partnership. It is there to be hit for Robinson, but he found the fielder to perfection. And immediately after getting to his half century, Tim Robinson has holed out at deep mid-wicket and has been dismissed here. The Wellington Firebirds lose their second wicket. Tim Robinson is out after a good knock of 54 from 30 balls. And Wellington Firebirds are 96 for 2 after 10.1 overs. The new batter to the crease for the Wellington Firebirds is Mohammad Abbas. A really good batter. Second ball of the over coming up from Brett Hampton. That's back of the length. Mohammad Abbas flicks it away towards deep mid-wicket and gets off the mark with a single. And Nick Kelly is back on strike. Shot this time pulled away by Kelly towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. The 3 more deliveries left in this over. There's 2 runs from this over so far. It's full this time, driven straight to covers. And another dot ball from Brett Hampton. Two more deliveries left in this over. Back of the length, flicked away by Mohammad Abbas towards mid-wicket and picks up another single. Good over here from Brett Hampton. There's 3 runs from this over, still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over. And that's flicked away by Nick Kelly towards deep square leg. They're going to push for 2, I think. No, they only pick up a single. 100 comes up for the Wellington Firebirds. 100 comes up in just 11 overs at the loss of 2 wickets. 4 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Tim Robinson. And Wellington Firebirds are 100 for 2 after 11 overs. Scott Kugelin is into his second over and into his third over, and that's smashed down the ground by Nick Kelly past mid off. And a boundary to start the over. Was in the slot for Nick Kelly there, cleared his front leg and absolutely smashed it past mid off. A boundary to start the over. It's short again, it's pulled away in the gap for another 4. Found the gap beautifully there, Nick Kelly. Back-to-back boundaries to start this over. Now Nick Kelly is also nearing his half century. Moves to 46 from 31 balls. So third ball of the over coming up. Pulled again, leg side. It's 1 bounce to deep mid wicket this time. And Nick Kelly picks up another single. Mohammad Abbas is back on strike. 3 more deliveries left in this over. This time it's again short, again pulled away by Mohammad Abbas towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. There are 2 more deliveries left in this over. This time it's cut away, but straight to the fielder at point. Make that another dot ball from Scott Pugelin. Last ball of the over, and Nick Kelly gives himself room and cuts it away towards deep point and picks up another single to finish the over. 11 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are 111 for 2 after 12 overs. Brett Hampton now continuing into his third over, and Nick Kelly gives himself room, cuts it away towards point and picks up another single to start the over. Mohammad Abbas is back on strike. Full delivery, flicked away by Mohammad Abbas towards deep mid wicket, still can't find the boundaries. Mohammad Abbas hasn't scored a boundary till now, picks up another single. It's on the pads again, flicked away by Nick Kelly towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. 3 singles to start this over. Still 3 balls left. 50 for Nick Kelly. Is 50 from 36 balls with 8 boundaries at a strike rate of 138.89. He initially played second fiddle to Tim Robinson, but then he took over. Has hit 8 boundaries in his innings. Well played. And this time Mohammad Abbas hits it down the ground to mid-on. Another dot ball. 2 more deliveries left in this over. That's guided away towards deep third man. And Mohammad Abbas picks up another single. So 4 runs have come from this over, still 1 ball left. Nick Kelly is back on strike. Last ball of the over. It's a full toss. It's flicked away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish the over. Really good over from Brett Hampton. Just 5 runs came from that over. And Wellington Firebirds are 116 for 2 after 13 overs. So Tim Pringle back into the attack and Nick Kelly goes leg side, goes into the grass banks for 6. What a way to start the over. Was angling into him and he's picked up, helped it on its way over deep mid wicket for a maximum to start the over. And this time he goes down the ground. It won't be 6, but it will be 4. Long on has no chance. So 6 followed by a 4 to start the over. And suddenly some pressure on Nick Kelly. So suddenly some pressure on Tim Pringle. Goes again, leg side, and that's gone all the way for 6. 6 for 6. 16 runs from the first 3 balls of this over. And now Tim Pringle changes his angle, coming over the wicket. That's a quicker delivery, and Nick Kelly flicks it away towards long on and picks up another single. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Comes down the wicket, Mohammad Abbas. He goes in the air and over the top. Over long on for 6. So Mohammad Abbas also decides to join the party. What an over this is turning out to be. 23 runs have come from this over and still 1 ball left. Last ball of the over. It's a quicker delivery flicked away by Mohammad Abbas. Picked up a single, pushing for the second here, and that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs to finish the over. 25 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are 141 for 2 after 14 overs. So Brett Hampton is continuing into his last over, and that's pulled away by Nick Kelly towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. They still have 6 overs left in this innings. But what a last over that was. Tim Pringle unable to contain the runs. 25 runs coming from that over. They still have Jesse Tashkoff, Gareth Severin, Logan Benbeek to come after this. They're all good batters. And now Mohammad Abbas goes big. It's in the air. Has he got hold of it? No, he hasn't. Catch taken at deep mid wicket. Didn't get the timing there. And Brett Hampton provides the breakthrough. Breaks this partnership. Mohammad Abbas is a big hitter of the ball. A big wicket there. It was looking like a good shot, but couldn't get the distance. Only went straight up in the air. And the fielder at deep mid wicket making no mistake. So Mohammad Abbas is out after scoring 13 runs from 10 balls. And Wellington Firebirds are 142 for 3 after 14.2 overs. So Jesse Tashkoff is the new batter to the crease. Really played a good knock in the previous match against the Auckland Aces as well. And when they were in deep trouble, he brought them back into the game and helped them score 187, which was not enough in the end. Need a similar kind of an innings here with only around 34 balls left in this innings. Oh, outside the off stump, was looking to punch it away, but not able to make connection there. Fantastic spell here from Brett Hampton. 2 for 21 in his 3.3 overs when the opposition is scoring at currently 9.79. It's a superb effort, superb bowling performance. It's flicked away this time, finds the gap. And that'll run away for 4. That's a beautiful way to get off the mark for Jesse Tashkoff. Boundary to get off the mark. Oh, again, has he nicked it there? No, he hasn't. Again, poking in and around that off stump there, Jesse Tashkoff. Just about managed to escape the outside edge, probably. Another dot ball from Brett Hampton. So, last ball of the over. That's full again. It's driven down the ground by Tashkoff towards mid-on and picks up another single to finish the over. 6 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Mohammad Abbas, and Wellington Firebirds are 147 for 3 after 15 overs. So Josh Brown is back into the attack now. Into his second over. Jesse Tashkov is on strike. That's a full delivery. Tashkov drives it down the ground to long on and picks up another single to start the over. So Matthew Kelly is back on strike. No, not Matthew Kelly, Nick Kelly. Nick Kelly is back on strike and it's a wide outside the off stump. From Josh Brown, has to reload that one again. Current run rate is 9.76. He goes big. Nick Kelly, has he got enough? Yes, he has. It's onto the grass banks. 150 comes up for the Wellington Firebirds. Nick Kelly picks up his third six in this innings. It was in the slot for him. And he's cleared the boundary. Over deep mid wicket. This time it's full and wide and Nick Kelly drives it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. 200 is on the cards here for the Wellington Firebirds. Jesse Tashkov is back on strike. Tashkov swings it leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Let's cut away, finds the gap. That might run away for 4. Yes, it does. Beautiful placement from Nick Kelly. He moves to 80 now from just 45 balls. What a knock this is turning out to be. The last ball of the over, and that's flicked away leg side towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to finish that over. So 15 runs came from that over from Josh Brown, and Wellington Firebirds are 162 for 3 after 16 overs. So 4 more overs left in this innings. Josh Brown bowling the 17th over. And Kelly looking to flick it away leg side. It's gone off the pads. It's towards third man. It will be one leg byes, I think. Should be one leg byes. Nick Kelly has a chance of getting to his century. Second ball of the over. Comes down the wicket. It's too wide. Too wide from Josh Brown. So he has to reload that one again. Edged away. It's down to third man for 4. Jesse Tashkoff looking to swing leg side. It's gone off the outside edge. It's raced away for another boundary. So Jesse Tashkoff also batting really well in this partnership. The third ball of the over comes down the wicket again, cuts it away straight to covers and will pick up another quick single. Nick Kelly is back on strike. The 3 more deliveries left in this over. Full toss. That swung leg side by Nick Kelly towards deep square leg. They're pushing for 2 here. That's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Nick Kelly. Nine runs have come from this over, still 2 balls left. That's on the pads again, flicked away by Nick Kelly towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. The last ball of the over coming up. Full toss and Tashkoff hits it down the ground to down the ground to long on for another single to finish the over. Really good over actually from Brett Hampton. It might look like 11 runs came from that over, but still a really good over. Wellington Firebirds are 173 for 3 after 17 overs. So 3 more overs left in this innings. Can Nick Kelly get to his century? We haven't had a century in this Super Smash tournament so far. Dane Cleaver couldn't get to his century. He was stranded in the 90s. That was the highest score in this tournament so far. Jesse Tashkov himself, I think, had a chance in the previous match to get to a century, but he got dismissed. Matthew Fisher now bowling the 18th over for the Northern Brave. That's on the path. It's flicked away by Jesse Tashkov towards deep square leg. There's no one there. Oh, the fielder runs in, does well. Really good dive. And another couple of runs for Jesse Tashkov to start the over. This time it's pulled away again by Tashkov. Pushing for 2 here. And that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Jesse Tashkov. This time again, it's flicked away down the ground to long on. And Tashkov picks up another single. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Nick Kelly is back on strike. He's on 85 is Nick Kelly. Gives himself room. Clears his front leg, hits it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. Two more deliveries left in this over. Gives himself room and Tashkov drives it away towards point and picks up another single. Good over here for the Northern Brave. Just 7 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. And once again, Northern Brave will have a job to do in the run chase. They have to chase a big total, it seems. Last ball of the over coming up. And that's driven away towards deep extra covers, and Nick Kelly picks up another single to finish the over. 8 runs came from that over, and Wellington Firebirds are 181 for 3 after 18 overs. But 2 more overs left in this innings. Christian Clark bowling the penultimate over. That's a full toss. Slashed away towards deep point. And another single for Nick Kelly. That's putting more pressure on Nick Kelly at the moment. 11 balls left in this innings. Nick Kelly needs 12 runs for a century. Basically 2 sixes. Easier said than done. Jesse Tashkov is back on strike. They'll play for the team for sure. Rather than individual milestones, the team score is important. Comes down the wicket and looks to drive it away. Is it too wide? No signal. Oh, in fact, they have given it as a wide. So Christian Clark has to reload that one again. That's a full toss. It's driven away by Tashkov towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. And Nick Kelly is back on strike. 4 more deliveries left in this over. He's on 88. Gives himself room, goes for the drive, is beautifully bowled by Christian Clark. He saw Nick Kelly giving himself room, so fired it outside the off stump. Nick Kelly went for the cut shot and misses it. Another dot ball from Christian Clark. This time it's on the pads, flicked away by Nick Kelly towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. 89 now is Nick Kelly. 2 more deliveries left in this over. That's pulled away in the air. 1 bounce to deep square leg. And Jesse Tashkov picks up another single. What an over this is for the Northern Brave. Just 5 runs from this over, still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over. Looking to flick it away there. He's he's hurt himself in the process. Oh dear. Hopefully he's alright. Another dot ball to finish the over. 5 runs came from that over. Excellent over from Christian Clark. And Wellington Firebirds are 186 for 3 after 19 overs. So Brett Hampton is bowling the last over for the Northern Brave. Jesse Tashkov flicks it away leg side towards deep square, towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single to start the over. Brett Hampton has been really good today for the Northern Brave. And now Nick Kelly is back on strike. He needs 2 sixes to get to that landmark which we are talking about. He's played really well. And 2 sixes will also take the Wellington Firebirds close to 200. It helps the team in that way as well. Second ball of the over coming up. He goes for the big shot inside edge past the keeper and that'll run away for 4. Now talking about 2 sixes, Nick Kelly has found a boundary. Moves into the 90s now, moves to 93 with that boundary. So 4 more deliveries left in this innings. He goes down the ground. Long on is in play. Nick Kelly picks up another single on 94. He's off strike as well. 50 partnership comes up between these two batters. Partnership of 50 from 31 balls between Jesse Tashkov and Nick Kelly. But Nick Kelly needs the strike if he wants a century. He needs 6 more runs. He needs a 6 probably to get there. Tashkov is back on strike. He's going to play for the team. Swings and misses. They can't run. Another dot ball. What a delivery. Timely dot ball from Brett Hampton. And now 2 more deliveries left in this innings. Again, just 6 runs coming from this last over. With still 2 balls left. He's going to go for the big shot, isn't he? Jesse Tashkov. Comes down the wicket, hits it down the ground. Too long off and picks up another single. The stage is set for Nick Kelly. 1 ball left in this innings. If he hits a 6, he will get 100 runs. It's that scenario. Swing for the bleachers. 94 from 57 balls for Nick Kelly. With 11 boundaries and 3 sixers. The last ball of the innings, Nick Kelly on strike. Oh, he goes for a sway, big shot, gets an inside edge towards fine leg, short fine leg. Will only pick up a single to finish the innings. And the innings is over. 8 runs came from the last over. Outstanding last over from Brett Hampton. And Nick Kelly unfortunately is stranded on 95 from 58 balls. So still no centuries in this Super Smash season so far. But an outstanding knock from Nick Kelly nevertheless. 95 from 58 balls with 11 boundaries and 3 sixers. Tim Robinson had also scored 54 from 30 balls earlier on. And that has helped the Wellington Firebirds to 194 for 3 after 20 overs. Tom Blundell was dismissed early on in the innings. But then Tim Robinson and Nick Kelly formed a really good partnership. Mohammad Abbas chipped in with 13 from 10 balls, and in the end Jesse Tashkov with 23 not out from 18 balls. Unfortunate for Nick Kelly not to be able to get to that 100, but nevertheless a really good knock of 95 from 58 balls. So a really good total. Wellington Firebirds finished with 194 for 3 at the end of their 20 overs. So Northern Brave, when they come out to bat, will need 195 runs to win this match from their full quota of 20 overs. We'll be back again shortly to cover the run chase. Until then, please stay tuned. So hi guys, welcome back to the run chase. Sorry for the delay. Northern Brave are 55 for 2 after 5 overs. And Yahya Zeb is continuing into his second over. He has figures of 1 for 6 in his 1 over. Brett Hampton is batting really well, batting on 35 from 14 balls. That's a short ball. It's pulled in the air. It's down towards deep mid wicket. And Brett Hampton picks up another single. Oh, in fact, Robert O'Donnell picked up the single. Now Brett Hampton is on strike. And that's pulled in the air again. Lands safely in no man's land towards deep square leg and picks up another single. So 2 singles to start this over. Robert O'Donnell is back on strike. He has hit 2 boundaries at a strike rate of 155.56. Batting on 14 from 9 balls. Brett Hampton batting on 36 from 15 balls. Comes down the wicket, goes over the top, over mid-on, and that will race away for 4 as well. Beautiful use of the feet from Robert O'Donnell. And picks up his 3rd boundary in this innings. This is a good start here for the Northern Brave to this run chase. That's pulled away past the field, red fine leg and into the fence. Back-to-back boundaries from Robert O'Donnell. This time moved inside the line and just helped it on its way. And the bowler's feeling the pressure here for the Wellington Firebirds. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. Robert O'Donnell now trying to join the party. Still inside the power play here. Fifth ball of the over. That's short again, pulled away again, straight to mid wicket. Good fielding at mid wicket. And another dot ball from Yahya Zeb. So last ball of the over coming up. That's pulled away again. No one there. A deep fine leg. That's 4 more to finish the over. Very expensive over from Yahya Zeb. 14 runs came from that over. And the power play has been completed. Northern Brave are 69 for 2 after 6 overs after the power play. The Wellington Firebirds at the same stage were 52 for 1. The Northern Brave were 69 for 2. They're chasing down a huge total of 195 runs and they have gotten off to a really good start. Required run rate is only 9 runs and over. Current run rate 11.50. And there's a bowling change now. Peter Young Husband is the new bowler into the attack for the Wellington Firebirds. Brett Hampton is on strike. It's a quicker delivery on the pads. It's flicked away towards square leg. And Brett Hampton picks up another single to start the over. This time it's cut away by Robert O'Donnell straight to point. And another dot ball. A good dot ball from Peter Young Husband. Another quicker delivery flicked away again by Robert O'Donnell towards long on, and picks up another single. This partnership is now 45 from 22 balls. They were 26 for 2 at one stage. The Northern Brave from there 71 for 2 in 6.3 overs. They are maintaining a good run rate as well. Oh, slow goes for the big shot, swings and misses. That's a dot ball from Young Husband. Went for the slog sweep there. Brett Hampton. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Quicker delivery this time. It's cut away by Hampton towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. The last ball of the over coming up. Oh, appeal for LBW. That looks straight. Finger goes up. And another wicket goes down. Peter Young Husband strikes for the Wellington Firebirds. And what a delivery that is. Went through straight with the arm. There's no DRS available, so the batter has to go. Robert O'Donnell, I think, should have played on the front foot. There might be a debate as to whether it will be missing the stumps or whether it will be hitting the stumps. But the ultimate thing is the umpire's finger has gone up. Batter has to accept the decision and has to go. Robbie O'Donnell is out after scoring 27 runs from 16 balls. And Northern Brave are now 72 for 3 after 7 overs. So what an over there from Peter Young Husband. Just 3 runs from that over, including the wicket of Robbie O'Donnell. Broke that partnership as well. And now suddenly new batter to the crease is Xavier Bell. Is the new batter to the crease for the Northern Brave. Xavier Bell, very young, 19 years of age, and he is the new batter to the crease. Jesse Tashkoff is the new bowler into the attack now for the Wellington Firebirds. Brett Hampton is on strike. Short and wide, cut away, straight to covers. Dot ball to start from Jesse Tashkoff. Second ball of the over. It's on the stumps this time. It's flicked away down the ground to long on. And Brett Hampton picks up another single. So Xavier Bell is on strike. And Xavier Bell drives it down the ground to long off and gets off the mark with a single. Quicker delivery, cut away straight to the fielder. Another dot ball. This time a quicker delivery outside the off stump again. He goes for the cut shot, not able to make connection. A fantastic over from Jesse Tashkov. Just 2 runs from this over. Last ball of the over coming up. That's another quicker delivery. He's driven at hesitation and then goes for the single to finish the over. So just 3 runs came from that over from Jesse Tashkov. And the Northern Brave are 75 for 3 after 8 overs. There was an inside edge there from Brett Hampton, inside edge onto his pads. So after 8 overs at the same stage, the Wellington Firebirds were 71 for 1. Northern Brave are 75 for 3. That's pulled in the air. Oh, the fielder overran it, I think. He overran it a little bit. That could have so easily could have been a catching opportunity there. Mistimed from Brett Hampton. And it also landed short of the fielder, in all honesty. So Hampton picks up a single to start the over. Now Xavier Bell is back on strike. This time it's tossed up on the stumps. Xavier Bell defends it towards mid-on. And another dot ball. This time should be wide down the leg side, isn't it? Yes, it is. Given as a wide by the umpire. So Peter Young husband has to reload that one again. He's bowled really well so far. Another quicker delivery. It's punched to the back foot by Xavier Bell. Another dot ball here. Just a little bit of pressure building now on the Northern Brave. Just too many quiet overs. Comes down the wicket, swings it leg side. It's towards deep mid wicket. And Xavier Bell picks up another single. Short and wide this time. Hampton cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. So one more delivery left in this over. 4 runs from this over so far. Xavier Bell is back on strike. Last ball of the over. It's driven down the ground to long off. and Xavier Bell picks up another single to finish the over. So just 5 runs came from that over, and Northern Brave are 80 for 3 after 9 overs, needing 115 runs to win from the last 11 overs. So Jesse Tashkov continuing into his second over, and straight away Xavier Bell cuts it away. Brett Hampton cuts it away towards deep extra covers. Xavier Bell cuts it away towards deep extra covers and picks up a single to start the over. The scorecard is confusing. This time again, Hampton cuts it away this time and picks up another single. So 2 singles to start this over. That's it, straight back past the bowler, and that'll go for 4. That's exactly what the Northern Brave need. A boundary after nearly 3 overs for the Northern Brave, and Xavier Bell picks up his first boundary in this innings. And this time he lofts it straight. Is it going all the way? Yes, it is. 4 followed by a 6. Suddenly again it changes the complexion of this run chase. Xavier Bell has started to get going here. This time it's a quicker ball. It's pulled away by Xavier Bell towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. Last ball of the over. And that's flicked away. It's past. Oh, misfield at short fine leg. And the batters will complete a couple of runs here for surely. Yes, another couple of runs to finish the over. So 15 runs came from that over, and Northern Brave are 95 for 3 after 10 overs, needing 100 runs to win from the last 10 overs. So Yahya Zeb is back into the attack into his third over. Has edged away down to third man, 4 more. Xavier Bell just throwing his bat at it, getting the thick outside edge. It's raced across towards deep third man for a boundary to start the over. That is exactly what the Northern Brave want. This time it's guided away towards third man, and Xavier Bell picks up another single. 100 comes up for the Northern Brave. 100 comes up in just 10.2 overs at the loss of 3 wickets. Still 95 needed from the last 58 balls. So Brett Hampton is back on strike. Oh, that's edged, is it? No, it's not. Thought for a moment maybe there was a little outside edge. But it is another dot ball from Yahya Zeb. So Brett Hampton has scored 45 from 28 balls. Last few deliveries, he has slowed down a little bit. Three more deliveries left in this over. That's back of the length again. It's defended down the ground. Back to the bowler again. And another dot ball from Yahya Zeb. This time he comes down the wicket, hits it up in the air. Fielder can't get there, running backwards. And Brett Hampton picks up another single. Six runs have come from this over, still one ball left. The last ball of the over. And that's edged away. It's towards third man. The fielder is correctly placed there at third man. Placed it very fine. So another single to finish the over. 7 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 102 for 3 after 11 overs. So Michael Snedden is back into the attack. He has some expensive figures of none for 33 in his 2 overs. Can he pull things back? Can he make a comeback in his spell? 93 needed to win from the last 9 overs for the Northern Brave. Xavier Bell is on strike. That's short and that's pulled away towards deep square leg. And picks up another single. So Brett Hampton is back on strike, nearing a half century. That's a short ball and that's pulled away again by Brett Hampton towards deep square leg. And picks up another single. 2 singles to start this over. I don't think the Firebirds will mind it. They're looking for their first win today. Both these teams are looking for their first win. But Firebirds more desperate because they lost their first 2 games. Northern Brave are only playing their second match. Their first match was washed out against Auckland Aces. Comes down the wicket and Xavier Bell punches it towards covers and picks up another single. So required run rate now 10.59. It will only increase with every quiet over. The Northern Brave need to counter-attack a little bit. Brett Hampton on 47, nearing a half century. That's short this time. It's pulled in the air. Fielder there, takes the catch. It only needs to counter-attack. Went for the shot. He's found the fielder at deep mid-wicket. And Michael Snedden provides the breakthrough. For the Firebirds, they're right on top in this game now. Because the set batter, Brett Hampton, has holed out at deep mid-wicket. The 4th wicket goes down for Northern Brave. Brett Hampton is out after scoring a good 47 from 32 balls. And Northern Brave in a little bit of trouble here. 105 for 4 after 11.4 overs. So new batter to the crease for the Northern Brave. So Ben Pomare is the new batter to the crease for Northern Brave. Has the capability to bat. Only 10 matches he has played in Super Smash. He has scored 92 runs and the best score of 29. He has a lot of work to do here along with Xavier Bell. The Wellington Firebirds slowly pulling things in their favour. Michael Snedden was expensive in his first 2 overs but has made a comeback. He's picked up the big wicket of Brett Hampton there. So 2 more deliveries left in this over. They're still setting the fields. So Ben Pomare on strike. What can he do? That's a full delivery. Driven again. But really good fielding at covers. So another dot ball. What an over this is from Michael Snedden. Just 3 runs have come from this over. And still only 1 ball left in this over. The last ball of the over. Comes down the wicket. Looks to swing leg side. Gets an inside edge onto his pads. And another dot ball to finish the over. Excellent over from Michael Snedden. Just 3 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Brett Hampton. And Northern Brave are now 105 for 4 after 12 overs. There will be no doubt that Nick Kelly will be the player of the match if the Wellington Firebirds win this game. $90 needed from the last 8 overs. Xavier Bell, you would think, has to take the responsibility and go after the bowlers now. 13 boundaries and 3 sixers in this innings so far for the Northern Brave. But it is just that they lost momentum in those middle overs. Peter Young husband now back into the attack. And Xavier Bell gives himself room, drives it away towards deep extra covers. And picks up another single to start the over. So Ben Pomare is on strike. Second ball of the over coming up. And he goes for a slog sweep and nails it onto the bank. Oh my God, someone has hurt himself on the bank. You have to be careful. You have to be watching the ball, whether the batter is hitting a 6 or not. Hopefully the spectator is all right there. But Ben Pomare gets off the mark with a 6. What a shot that is. This time Pomare drives it away towards deep extra covers and picks up another single. Fourth ball of the over. Xavier Bell swings it down the ground to long on and picks up another single. So 6 and 3 singles in this over. Still 2 more deliveries left in this over. Well, a quicker ball there. Ben Pomare already premeditated, moved across to his off stump to play that slog sweep again, but not able to make connection this time. Another dot ball. The last ball of the over. It goes again. And that's all the way again. Onto the bank again. Another 6 to finish the over. So good over for the Northern Brave. 15 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 120 for 4 after 13 overs, needing 75 to win from the last 7 overs. Well, it looks like there was a no ball there. Well, all kinds of drama. Last ball, free hit coming up. And that swung away leg side towards deep mid wicket. Picks up another single to finish the over. So officially the end of the over now. The free hit hasn't costed much. 17 runs came from that over. And Northern Brave are 122 for 4 after 13 overs. At this same stage, the Wellington Firebirds were 116 for 2. Northern Brave are 122 for 4. Jesse Tashkoff now back into the attack. And Pomare goes big again, but the fielder is there. Oh, just beats him. And that'll run away for 4. Just beats that fielder at deep mid wicket. Put in the dive. And unfortunately couldn't stop it from reaching the fence. What a knock this is turning out to be from Ben Pomare. 1 boundary and 2 sixes already. This time moves across his stumps, looks for the sweep shot. It's given as a wide by the umpire. So Jesse Tashkoff has to reload that one again. And just the last couple of overs, the momentum is shifting back to Northern Brave. This time looks to go offside, but not able to make connection. Is the umpire going to go upstairs to check the stumping? Half an appeal there, and the umpire is going upstairs to check for the stumping here. So this could be an interesting one. Well, is he short of his ground? Is the foot in the air? That is the big question. Well, MS Dhoni would have stumped it faster for sure. If MS Dhoni was behind the stumps, this would have been out, because the batter was taking ample time to bring his foot back into the crease. I think the foot is in the air, in all honesty. I might need a zoom up angle. I just might need a zoom up angle there. I'm not quite sure whether foot looks in the air for me, but I mean, if there's no conclusive evidence, I think the benefit of doubt will go to the batter. The benefit of the doubt has to go to the batter, no doubt about that. Well, in this angle, if we look at it, the foot appears to be grounded. When the bails are taken off, the foot appears to be grounded, so I think it should be not out. I think it should be not out. Decision pending. Not out it is. And I also thought the same thing, because Ben Pomare, I think when the bails were taken off, his foot was grounded. So just a lucky escape there for Ben Pomare. 4 more deliveries left in this over. It's short this time, it's pulled away again. And that's all the way, is it? No, taken! Taken at deep mid-wicket. Well, I thought it was going all the way where the fielder was placed there. And Jesse Tashkov picks up the big wicket of Ben Pomare. It was not the best of deliveries. Pomare looking for the pull shot. Thought for a moment he hit it well. But the deep mid-wicket fielder silently getting underneath it and taking the catch. Ben Pomare is out after a breezy 18 from 10 balls. And Northern Brave are 127 for 5 after 13.3 overs. So Christian Clark is the new batter to the crease for the Northern Brave. But it has to be said, Ben Pomare played a really good knock there. Was hitting sixes for fun. He hit a couple of sixes which released the pressure for Northern Brave. So 3 more deliveries left in this over. Quicker delivery in the air. And has it carried? Yes, it has. It's carried back to the bowler. 2 wickets and 2 balls for Jesse Tashkov. And the Firebirds are now bossing this game, has to be said. Xavier Bell is stranded at the non-striker's end, not knowing what to do. because he's watching all these wickets fall from the other end. And what looked like the seam up delivery there, it was hit in the air. And really good catch there by Jesse Tashkov of his own bowling, cotton bowled. And he'll be on a hat-trick as well. Christian Clark is out for a golden duck. And Northern Brave are sliding here 127 for 6 after 13.4 overs. So Scott Coughlan is the new batter to the crease. Down to the bowling all-rounders and the bowlers of the Northern Brave. Xavier Bell is the last recognized batter. Scott Coughlan can also tonk the ball. We have seen it before. Two more deliveries left in this over. It's a quicker delivery this time. Scott Coughlan punches it away towards covers. Negotiates the hat-trick ball actually. Last ball of the over. Let's cut away again. Straight to covers and another dot ball to finish the over. So 5 runs came from that over, including 2 wickets. And Northern Brave are 127 for 6 after 14 overs, needing 68 to win from the last 6 overs. So Peter Young husband also into his last over now. He has figures of 1 for 25 in his 3 overs. Xavier Bell is on strike and he has the responsibility now of scoring the bulk of these runs. That's a quicker delivery. It's punched away by Xavier Bell, who has deep extra covers and picks up another single to start the over. Scott Coughlan is back on strike. Has tossed up. Coughlan goes down the ground. Long off is there. Scott Coughlan gets off the mark with a single. This time, Xavier Bell goes high up in the air. I don't think he's got timing on it. Fielder running backwards takes the catch. A fantastic catch. In fact, it's a bowler who has run backwards. Peter Young husband completes the catch himself. It's cotton bowled in the end. And that's the biggest wicket possible of Xavier Bell. Is that the match for the Wellington Firebirds? Was looking for the big shot. Only went straight up in the air. And Peter Young husband said, it's mine, it's mine. Ran backwards, completed the catch. The 7th wicket goes down now for the Northern Brave. And maybe the hopes of them chasing this total down as well. Xavier Bell is gone after scoring 26 runs from 18 balls. And Northern Brave are 129 for 7 after 14.3 overs. So Tim Pringle is the new batter to the crease for the Northern Brave. We are down to the bowling all-rounders and bowlers. I think the Wellington Firebirds are in front at the moment. They're looking like they're going to be picking up a win finally today. It's short and wide. Pringle goes for the cut shot, not able to make connection. Another dot ball from Peter Younghusband. So it's looking as though the Wellington Firebirds might get on the board today. They might pick up their first win after suffering 2 consecutive defeats in the first 2 matches. That's cut away. Straight to the fielder at covers. Another dot ball. There's only 3 more wickets in hand for Northern Brave. Last ball of the over. And that's punched away straight to point. Another dot ball to finish the over. So just 2 runs came from that over. Just 2 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Xavier Bell. And Northern Brave are 129 for 7 after 15 overs. Jesse Tashkov now continuing into the attack, and Kugelin goes straight and goes 1 bounce into the boundary for 4. He can swing his bat around as can Scott Kugelin, and he picks up his first boundary in this innings. Is there still hope alive for Northern Brave? Tashkov is into his last over here. The second ball of the over coming up. And Kugelin comes down the wicket, goes straight up in the air, has gone all the way for 6. Straight down the ground for 6 from Scott Kugelin. Is still keeping this chase alive here. A 4 and a 6 to start the over. 56 needed from 28 balls. And this time it's fired down the leg side by Jesse Tashkov. And it's given as a wide by the umpire. So Tashkov has to reload that one again. Isn't it a wide? Yes, it is a wide. Comes down the wicket, pulls it away again. Coughlin towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single this time. That's a wide down the leg side again. Billy Bowden in his own style gives it as a wide. Jesse Tashkov has to reload that one again. And now Pringle goes big. Has he got enough? He has. Another 6. Both these batters are counter-attacking big time. This is a huge over for the Northern Brave. 19 runs have come from this over and still 2 balls left. Tim Pringle gets off the mark with a 6. This time a quicker delivery and Tim Pringle punches it down the ground to long off and picks up another single. This is a huge over. In the context of this game for Northern Brave, Scott Kugelin and Tim Pringle, if you don't mind. Two bowling all-rounders for the Northern Brave. Last ball of the over. Kugelin comes down the wicket and drives it towards covers and picks up another single to finish the over. 150 comes up for the Northern Brave. 21 runs came from that over, and Northern Brave are 150 for 7 after 16 overs. The 4 overs left, 45 runs needed for the Northern Brave. Logan Van Beek is back into the attack now for the Wellington Firebirds. Oh, that's edge. Was there? No, there's no edge. He went for the cut shot. There's Scott Kugelin. I thought there was a nick, but nope. It's gone through to the keeper. And another dot ball to start the over here. Second ball of the over. And Kugelin goes high in the air. Fielders cannot get there. Lands short of long off. And Kugelin picks up another single. So Tim Pringle is back on strike. He goes down the ground again towards long off. And Pringle picks up another single. Goes for a scoop, gets it over fine leg, and that's 4 more. That's a much needed boundary. Scott Kugelin went for the improvisation and did it perfectly there. Picks up another crucial boundary for Northern Brave. This time again went for the scoop shot, moved across to his off stump, but cleverly bowled there from Logan Van Beek, kept it outside the off stump. And another dot ball here. Just 6 runs coming from this over, still 1 ball left. And this Kugelin is batting well. Last ball of the over. Is that too wide? I think it is. He has given us a wide by the umpire. So still, so Logan Van Beek has to reload that one again. So last ball of the over. And Kugelin goes big. It's high in the air. Fielder. No, watches it sail over. Watch as it sail over for 6. What a way to finish the over. Scott Kugelin ends the over with a maximum. So that extra delivery has cost the Wellington Firebirds 13 runs came from that over, and Northern Brave are 163 for 7 after 17 overs, needing 32 to win from the last 3 overs. So 32 needed from the last 3 overs. Michael Snedden is back into the attack. He's going to be bowling the 18th over for the Wellington Firebirds. They need to break this partnership here. The Firebirds, they're still winless in this competition, and this match is now suddenly looking like anybody's game because of this partnership. Here's Michael Snedden. Pringle gives himself room, hits it down the ground to long on, and picks up another single to start the over. So Scott Kugelin is back on strike. That's short this time. It's pulled away by Kugelin. One bounce to deep mid wicket and picks up another single. .30 needed from 16 balls. I'm sure Pringle is going big. Third ball of the over. That's pulled away again by Pringle. Deep square leg comes around as well. And another single for Tim Pringle. Scott Kugelin is back on strike. And Kugelin goes straight and goes all the way for 6. What an innings this is from this bowler from New Zealand. This Scott Kugelin is supposed to be a bowling all-rounder. He's hitting it to all places. Picks up his third 6. And now just 23 needed from the last 14. Northern Brave are looking good now. It's short this time. Kugelin pulls it away towards deep mid wicket and picks up another single. 10 runs have come from this over. Still 1 ball left. The last ball of the over. Slow ball. Pringle drives it down the ground towards a long off and picks up another single to finish the over. So 11 runs came from that over. Northern Brave are 174 for 7 after 18 overs. So 21 needed from the last 2 overs. This is a big over coming up. Scott Kugelin will surely look to target Logan Van Beek. Logan Van Beek is going to be bowling the penultimate over for the Firebirds. Tim Pringle is on strike. Pringle goes big. He hasn't timed it, has he? It's in the air. Fielder can't get it. He'll push for 2. And that's good running between the wickets. Another couple of runs for Tim Pringle. And now 19 needed from 11. Second ball of the over coming up. It's a slow ball. Pringle hits it down the ground to long on. Will only pick up a single. That's better. Because Scott Kugelin is doing the damage from the other end. He's back on strike. Scott Kugelin has scored 32 from just 15 balls with 2 boundaries and 3 sixers at a strike rate of 213.33. He has been the man for Northern Brave with the bat today. Goes for a scoop, then changes his shot, guides it towards deep third man and picks up another single. So far good for the Firebirds, I would say, because just 4 runs from the first 3 balls of this over. 17 needed from 9 now for the Northern Brave. Big 3 deliveries coming up here. Tim Pringle is back on strike. Pringle goes high in the air again. Is this time the fielder takes the catch. This time around, it carried to that fielder there at deep point. And Tim Pringle has to go. No, not second time lucky, I would say, because he played a similar shot to the first ball of this over, which didn't carry to any fielder. Went for the shot again. But this time around, the fielder doesn't make a mistake on that, and more importantly, the new batter will have to face Scott Kugelin will be away from the strike. The Tim Pringle is gone after scoring 14 runs from 12 balls, and Northern Brave are 178 for 8 after 18.4 overs. Nail-biting stuff here. Josh Brown is the new batter to the crease for the Northern Brave. 17 needed from 8 balls. Kugelin is not on strike. That's the most important thing. He's off strike. Josh Brown is a really good, he bowled well today. Has a job to do with the bat now. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Fifth ball of the over coming up. And that's too wide, I think. Yes, it is. Not a good time to bowl a wide if you're the bowler. So he has to reload that one again. This has been a good over from Logan Van Beek, has to be said. Can he finish it well? Oh, goes for the cut shot, misses it. Dot ball here. Kugelin is helpless at the other end. Doesn't know what to do. He is still off strike. Will be on strike for the final over when they'll need around 16 or 15 probably. This match is going down to the wire. Last ball of the over coming up. Oh, goes for the cut shot again. Misses it again. Another dot ball to finish the over. Excellent over from Logan Van Beek. Just 5 runs came from that over, including the wicket of Tim Pringle. And Northern Brave are now 179 for 8 after 19 overs, needing 16 runs to win from the last over. So it looks like Yahya Zeb is going to be bowling the last over for the Wellington Firebirds. Scott Kugelin is going to be on strike. He has been the man who has been hitting those sixes when it is needed. 33 from 16 balls is Scott Kugelin. Can he take the Northern Brave over the line? He's the only man who can do it, because only Matthew Fisher left to come after this. So here we go, last over, 16 needed for Northern Brave. Scott Kugelin on strike. And he pulls it away, leg side, it's all the way, is it? No, the fielder runs in, takes the catch. That's the match. That's the match for the Wellington Firebirds. Surely that is the game. That is the first win in the Super Smash T20 2025-26 for the Wellington Firebirds with that wicket. Because the biggest wicket possible, Scott Kugelin is walking back now. The 9th wicket goes down for the Northern Brave. That is the match for sure. Scott Kugelin is out after scoring 33 from 17 balls. And Northern Brave are 179 for 9 after 19.1 overs. So that is it for sure. 16 needed from 5, mathematically possible, but Matthew Fisher is the last batter to the crease for Northern Brave. 2 tail-enders actually, can't expect much. So Wellington Firebirds will finally pick up their first win in this Super Smash tournament. They lost their first 2 matches, they'll be winning this for sure. Matthew Fisher, not much credentials with the bat, primarily a bowler. 16 needed from 5 balls. I thought for a moment there when Scott Kugelin connected that maybe it would have gone all the way, but then somehow the fielder took a brilliant catch. Second ball of the over coming up. That's pulled away by Matthew Fisher. He will get off the mark with a single. Gives the strike back to Josh Brown. 15 needed from 4 balls now for the Northern Brave. A credit to the Wellington Firebirds though. They really batted well today, posted a good score on the board. 190 odd is a really good score, and they're defending it now. Third ball of the over coming up. Brown gives himself room, cuts it away. Stewart covers. And Josh Brown also gets off the mark with a single, but that's not going to do much for the Northern Brave. 14 needed from 3 balls. This has to go to the boundary if Northern Brave are to have any chance. So Matthew Fisher on strike. 4th ball of the over. 14 needed from 3. Gives himself room, swings and misses. And they are appealing here for a catch. They are appealing and the umpire has given it. So that's the end of the match. Northern Brave have been bowled out. There's no reviews available. So if the umpire gives it as an out, we have to accept it. The finger went up. And that's the end of the match. Even if that was not out, it would have been 14 to get from the last 2 balls. So still it was lost for the Northern Brave. So the Wellington Firebirds finally pick up their first win in this Super Smash T20 tournament 2025-26. They suffered 2 defeats and they are finally on the board in this tournament. Unfortunately for the Northern Brave, they kept on losing wickets. And that is why they couldn't get over the line in this run chase. The Wellington Firebirds getting over the line, winning it by 13 runs. Thanks to fantastic bowling performances from Yahya Zeb, 3 for 29 in his 3.4 overs. And in between, Peter Younghusband and Jesse Tashkoff bowled really well in those middle overs for the Wellington Firebirds. Completely choked the Northern Brave batters. And in the end, it is the Wellington Firebirds, who have gotten over the line here. A very important win for them. They're desperate to get a win on the board. Finally got it. As far as the Northern Brave are concerned, Brett Hampton scored a crucial 47 runs. Scott Coughlan down the order gave some hope by hitting those sixes, but not quite enough in the end. It just kept on losing wickets. It kept on running out of batters. And in the end, it's the Wellington Firebirds. Pick up the bowlers though. Yahya Zeb 3 for 29 in his 3.4 overs. Peter Young-Husband 2 for 27 in his 4 overs. Jesse Tashkov 2 for 44 in his 4 overs. And Logan Benpeak 2 for 34 in his 4 overs as well. They were all the pick of the bowlers for the Wellington Firebirds today. But I am sure the player of the match today will be Nick Kelly for his 95 runs which he scored in the first innings. The celebrations can begin for the Wellington Firebirds. The Northern Brave are the only team now left to win a match. Northern Brave are the only team that are the winless team in this tournament. They will be looking to pick up their first win as quick as possible, because Northern Brave have only played 2 matches so far. Their first match was washed out against Auckland Aces, and their second match now they have lost it to the Wellington Firebirds. The Northern Brave have only played 2 matches, so they still have a long tournament left. Who knows, maybe if the first match had happened fully, Northern Brave could have even put on a fight in that run chase as well, because that was also a similar kind of a run chase, a 180 kind of a run chase, and the rain interrupted and played spoil sport. But then today they were just completely outplayed by the Wellington Firebirds. So the Wellington Firebirds winning by 13 runs against the Northern Brave today, and picking up their first win in the Super Smash T20 tournament of 2025-26. So we'll be back again to cover the future matches in the Super Smash T20 tournament. Till then, please like, share and subscribe to our channel Runs and Views. Happy New Year to everyone. 2026 is starting from tomorrow. So Happy New Year, very Happy New Year to all our viewers. Take care guys, cheers and have a good day.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.